Hey guys, welcome to Get It Done with Gabby. Today we are going to be organizing my sister's pantry. They moved into this house within the last year and they're just working on getting things organized and put together the way they like, and the pantry has kind of just been a catch-all area. So we are going to get in there, clear this all out, and try and organize it the best we can. So the very first thing I'm going to do is literally take absolutely everything out of there so I know what's going on, what we have to work with, and I'm going to lay it all out on the dining room table so we can have some organization going on. I have my lovely assistant, my mother, helping me empty out the pantry so that I don't have to walk back and forth a ton of times. So thanks, Mama. Okay, so we officially have everything out of the pantry, so I'm gonna start doing a little bit of organization and date checking just to make sure nothing's expired. My sister said nothing, she doesn't think anything's expired, but check things that might be suspicious, so I guess I'll check cans and, I don't know, fresher items. Like you guys saw, the bread was totally moldy, so we're definitely going to check all the bread and buns. But now it's time to start figuring out how we want to actually organize a pantry, because it's pretty big. Like, there's a lot of room in there, so I think it's all going to go back in pretty easily. But then also trying to figure out how to organize bulk items, because there's a lot more bulk items than I thought, like backup supply stuff. So I'm thinking for the first round, we're just gonna like get it in there, kind of get some like sections going, and then after that we will worry about finding like buckets and containers and things, and go from there on that one. So now I just gotta figure out where I want to start. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna work on is like the non-food bulk items. I just gotta like start getting things back in here and start fiddling around with how I want it to look, because the giant pile is a little bit overwhelming. So I felt like this was a good place to start. I thought maybe I wanted to put these way up top, but then these are things you go through pretty frequently, so they shouldn't be like way out of reach. So I'm gonna try putting them on the first shelf, because I'm trying to avoid putting a bunch of stuff on the floor. The only thing my sister requested was that the dog food stay like right under here, so we can do that, and then hopefully we have enough space for food stuff on these shelves that putting bulk supply stuff here for now is okay, but we might have to move it out of the way. We'll see. Anyway, I just have to get started because that's how my brain works. Okay, so I'm already changing my mind. These paper towels are taking up way too much space, so I think the paper towels are gonna go on the floor, just so that I don't waste a ton of shelf space in the beginning. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, I think these are the last like non-food items that are on the table. So I'm gonna throw those on the shelf and then we're gonna move into bulk food items, which I think is what I'm gonna put on this shelf. So I'm thinking, unless maybe I should categorize it by like what it is. Like cooking bulk stuff just goes with cooking. I'll have to check and see what she has. So my sister got this giant Lazy Susan thing. She said she wasn't sure if it was too big or not, but I think that it fits pretty well on here. It kind of hangs over the edge, but like just barely. So I'm thinking it will work really well, like maybe in the corner. Because I was kind of thinking I would put the can stuff in there because there's a lot of cans. I'm not sure. I'm going to try and put all the cans in there and see if I like it. Or maybe, oh, maybe I'll turn it into a snack twirler. That's more fun than cans. Okay, I think I'm going to make it a snack swirly thing because it has these little like separator tabs so you can make sections. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. That's more exciting and it's more fun to look at. We'll see. I might change my mind like 3 times. We'll find out. Okay, so actually let's go fill it up at the table because I was going to bring the cans in because it was going to be too heavy to carry, but if it's just snacks, I should be able to carry this whole thing just fine. Okay, I think I found most of the snack stuff, so now I'm just going to start fiddling around in here and see where things will fit. Because some of this is like bigger bags of things like trail mix, so that'll take up a lot more space. Let's just see here. Okay, so I'm not completely sold on some of the bigger stuff being in here, but it does turn, so like, that's okay. I wish it was all like small little grab things, but we're starting here. This will work for now. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the can section. I brought all of the cans that were on the table back in here so I can organize them. I'm gonna start by unpacking the beans because that's obviously a bulk buy. And then as I go through the different sections, I'm gonna check expiration dates and make sure everything's okay. I know it's a best buy date, but if it was, I don't know. As long as it's 2023, we'll keep it, but if it's anything before that, it's gone. Okay, so there was only one that expired last year, so not bad. Not bad. And then what I did with the end with like the random ones is I just made sure they were in the back, but like there was space so you could still see what it was. And then everything that was the same just went in rows. Okay, next up I'm going to work on the baking section. I don't know how often my sister is baking, so I kind of swapped the snacks more forward and the baking into the corner because I feel like they'll be accessing this more than this. But again, we can always swap things around if we don't like it in the end. Okay, so I'm already changing my mind about the baking stuff. There's still like so much food on the table that I want to get in these main sections that I think I'm going to put baking on top and then see what my sister thinks about having it up there because it will definitely be like a reach slash step stool situation. So I'll ask her when she gets home. But yeah, I think it would just be better to have the rest of the food more in this area, and it's taking up such a huge amount of space that I just don't think it should be down here. So we're gonna move it. Okay, so we're gonna start getting a little bit creative. I found these two containers in the pantry. I'm not sure if my sister wants them in here still or wants them somewhere else, but for the time being, until we have new containers, like nicer plastic containers, I'm gonna use them to organize some bulk stuff. So I'm thinking I'm gonna put all the hot chocolate in this one and then all the oatmeal in this one, just to get like, I don't know, a visual representation of what we need, if that makes sense. Okay, so I pulled over all of the random like jars and cooking things that I found. I think I'm gonna add like the cooking stuff next to the baking stuff as well. And then maybe try and do the rest of the jars right here next to the cans. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna start setting things places. Okay, so I'm coming to the part of this where I'm running out of space and I have too much stuff. So things are gonna need to be relocated because I don't want it to look like bad in here, but like I feel like maybe the koozies can go somewhere else in the kitchen because there's so many like pretty much empty drawers out there that I feel like these could go out there. Like this does not have to be a pantry item. Does that make sense? And like maybe the trash bags go under the sink next to the trash can? I don't know. I'm just trying to think what is... And like the dish soap, maybe that could go under the sink too. I don't know. I'm trying to decide what can leave. Because not everything can stay in here. It's just not working. Okay, I need to think this over. Okay, so I grabbed the rest of the stuff and pulled it over here and just kind of threw it on here just so I could see how much is left. So I have some serious rearranging to do to get all of this to fit properly but not look crowded. I'm just gonna go into super organization mode and see what I can figure out. Okay, so before I show you the reveal of the pantry currently, here is what we're getting rid of. I usually forget to show you guys this part, and you guys always get mad at me for forgetting. So this is our food waste. We have hard marshmallows, expired oats, moldy bread, and this Best by use date was early last year. Or I guess not early, but last year. And then this is all... You're gonna get a copyright strike. This is all the packaging waste. So little plastic wrap stuff, cardboard boxes, and then my sister just had a ton of plastic bags that I don't think need to be in there. So I'll ask her if she needs these or something, or if we can get rid of them. But that's that. So let's go look at the pantry. Okay, here's the pantry. Everything is out of this corner, which made me super, super happy. I didn't want stuff on the floor, but it honestly doesn't look that bad. It's just paper towels, tissues, and dog stuff, so not a big deal putting things down there. But I will walk you through each of these sections. So up at the very top, we have dog treats. For obvious reasons, those cannot be towards the bottom for any sneaking purposes. And then we have baking, cooking, and then the back corner is a little chaotic. It's like backstock stuff that didn't fit anywhere else. So huge bags of oatmeal, some brownie mix, the hot chocolate mix, and then I ended up putting a bunch of those green beans up here because this, like, the shelf was starting to bow under the weight of all the cans, and that made me a little bit nervous. So I just put like half of the green beans up there and then half of them down here. So then we have our can section, and then extra like bottles and jars of things. So like ketchup, jellies, sauces, all kinds of random stuff right here. It's kind of a hodgepodge situation. Oh, I thought this was protein. This is for dogs. Okay, I might move this. This is a dog thing. Pumpkin latte supports normal GI health and immune function in dogs and cats. So perhaps this will go up in a different section. Okay, but not for now. It'll sit there for now. Anyway, then we have kind of like a breakfast area. So cereal, pancake mix, oats, all that kind of stuff. And then down here, we have our snack circle, which I'm very proud of. I think this looks pretty neat. So we have a little rotator of snacks, and then bread section, and then some more hodgepodge snack type things. I really didn't know what to do with the margarita salt. Should I put this in the seasoning cabinet? I don't know. It's sitting there right now. I'll ask my sister. But more snack stuff, crackers, ramen, and then let me move you so you can see the bottom. And then down here we have a huge rice section, pasta section, and then this is kind of random zone. It's box mashed potatoes, Cheddar Bay biscuits, taco shells, and some drink stuff. So this is kind of random zone. But then we have just like backstock stuff. So extra napkins, trash bags, dish soap, all that extra kind of stuff. So yeah, that is our current organization. Next, I just have to show my sister and see what she wants to get, like, see what she wants to get containers for, because obviously this was kind of like just a random add in there just to contain them at the moment. So I'll see what she thinks, see what she wants to do, and then if we do go get more containers and adjust things and move them around, I will update you then. Alrighty guys, so I just wanted to check in here at the very end of this video and give you an update on what we changed in the pantry. So my sister and I went through things after she got back to the house and kind of went over where everything was, and we talked about what containers we should order and that sort of a thing. Unfortunately, we couldn't find the containers we wanted at Walmart, so she ended up having to order them. So they didn't get there while I was visiting, but she called me when she got them, and we went over like what needed to be in the containers and whatnot. And what we decided was that it would be easier for her to have her cooking stuff moved down, so she could get to it easier and wouldn't have to reach as far back. And then we'd move some of the snack items to the top that were easier to grab, like chip bags and crackers and that sort of stuff. Also, for the simple fact that if those things fell, they wouldn't crash and break and hurt anybody. And some of the glass bottles and baking stuff, a little more dangerous to have high. So we swapped those around. Ooh, I'm losing you. So she swapped those, added the containers. She ordered another one of those giant Lazy Susans for some of the cooking stuff, so it wasn't just all stacked back and she could spin it and see what was there. She also told me that the Lazy Susans were kind of like sliding around a little, so she was going to get some sticky stuff to put under them so they would like stay still, if that makes sense. And then I think she sent me a picture of the afters, which I will include here, but I think there was, I think she moved the hot chocolate down onto the floor just for extra space, but I also didn't add in that at some point they're adding like shelving and stuff in their garage. So like backup stuff like paper towels and tissues and things like that are going to move out of the pantry. So at some point they will have a little bit more space in there, but for now, this is what we're working with. So props to my sister for her little organization add-in at the end. I think it looks absolutely beautiful, and I'm excited to see how it works out for them. Something I don't usually talk about in my videos is like how much of a process organization is. You rarely get it right the first time. Like you have to live with something and like see how it functions for your family specifically before you figure out what really works. Sometimes you have to redo it a crap load of times before you figure out what's actually going to work. And I mean, even in this first one, if you guys noticed, I would rearrange and move things around over and over and over again. So if you're feeling really overwhelmed with a project that you have to do or you're trying to get through, there's really no right way to do it. You just kind of start, at least for me, that's how I do it. You just kind of start and just, you know, work through it, work through the mud. It's going to get worse before it gets better. And then all of a sudden you see the light at the end of the tunnel and you got something better than where you started. I don't know if that's motivating or helpful to anyone, but that is kind of how I do my organizational projects. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next week. Bye!